So good evening. How's everybody doing? Hey. So I was in the process of doing a video updating my thoughts and opinions on the whole story so far and what we know now. And honestly, I don't feel comfortable putting it up. I don't feel comfortable putting it up for several reasons. It was just something very cringy about talking about this, like uploading the video and basically kind of like siding with the police department. Not trying to, but the stuff that I'm saying is the same thing that the police department is saying. And it didn't feel right. So I said, you know what? Let me just do a video on it. Let me just like do a live video on it and talk to you all directly so we can have a conversation about it. So we have got some more updates and things. And the main reason why I'm talking about this is that a lot of folks have a lot of questions, and I want to make sure that I'm providing a safe space for everybody to be able to talk and give their opinions, and I can get your opinions and stuff, and I can give mine in a safe space because I know a lot of us have been, looking like I'm not sure where I can speak about this, and I want to provide this space. And I actually like investigative work and all that. So let's talk. So the updates that we're getting now is that, of course, we know that the two Nigerian men, Abel and Ola Obsanorio, if I'm pronouncing their name right, the two brothers have now, been released. I've already said that they've been released with no charges. Their attorney has said that she feels like, justice was kind of served and her folks are good. Her people are walking and they're good. So what we're seeing now is the unofficial sources, unofficial police. I don't know how you even say that. So a couple of news outlets are saying that the Chicago Police Department wants to speak directly to Jussie Smollett. And they're saying they're not able to speak to him right now. And that they're only speaking to him through his criminal defense attorneys. They put out a statement, saying that they are shocked and saddened about, the two brothers or whatever have something to do with that. The ones that Jussie kind of ID'd. I don't know if he went and pointed them out in a lineup, that type of situation. But he ID'd them when he saw the surveillance footage and all that. So as far as I know, Jussie Smollett has not, went down to the police station and talked to them. So now it's being reported that the police department has now, Chicago PD has now sent this over. They're trying to get a grand jury to look at the evidence, and it seems like they're trying to indict Jussie Smollett. Now, lying to the police in Illinois, the state of Illinois is a federal, it's a felony offense, and it's not looking good. Like they're saying that Sis might do 1 to 3 years if it came out that he falsified information to the police, and it's not looking good. So, what do we think? With all this new evidence, the people being released, we have no other suspects at this time. What is it? Like, what do we have? No other suspects. No other suspects have been. And what would that even do? As he already has pointed out that doing the Robin Roberts interview, that these two people are the individuals that attacked him. He's already ID'd them. So what other suspects are we looking at? These two men have said, whatever they need to say to get out of police custody. What did they say? We don't know yet. What is Chicago Police Department saying right now? Who knows what they're saying? And my thing is, a lot of folks are saying we cannot trust the police department. We cannot trust, Chicago PD. Definitely, 100%. Considering that this is the same police department that tried their best to cover up Laquan McDonald's murder in 2014. And the police officer is just now is getting sentenced to jail for that. And last year, that just happened last year. So yes, we don't. I don't trust any police department when it comes to black and brown folks, especially black folks. Like I don't. I know that they falsify documents and evidence and throw stuff away and have this blue wall of silence when it comes to talking about, what actually happened. Like these police officers were trying to say that Laquan McDonald had a knife, and these folks shot him like so many times after he was not even a threat. So what is the purpose? So this is the same. This is the police department. So here's my issue. A lot of folks are waiting on evidence. And they're not listening to what TMZ is saying. Definitely understandable. They're not listening to what CNN is saying, MSNBC is saying. They want evidence. But my thing is, where are we going to get this evidence from? Where are we getting this evidence from? Are we going to investigate this stuff? Or are we waiting on Chicago Police Department to provide us evidence? We trust them to provide us with evidence. So I don't trust any of them, honestly. So which I'm doing my own research and kind of just like filling in the dots and stuff, like filling in the lines, and I'm not seeing anything. We've not seen anything to substantiate Jussie Smollett's claim as far as we know right now. We've not seen anything. And this narrative of people believing the police department over a black man is very dangerous. And I think it's very performative. I don't like the fact that people are using this as like just to question someone's validity or something. I don't like this. I don't like folks to sit up here and try to make it seem like that somebody is out here like believing the police department. I think a lot of folks don't want to believe the police department. A lot of people have trouble like believing this. Like a lot of folks don't want to side with this, like myself. Like I don't want to. Like I don't. But yes, I think Laquan McDonald was unarmed at the time. I mean, he was not posing any threat. Girl, don't tell me that man lied. I don't know what he done. I don't know yet. I can't say that. I can't say that I know that man lied, but it's looking like he lied. I'll say that. And I'm not sure if I believe he was attacked. I think he was attacked. But I think he was attacked by folks that he knew, and he orchestrated the attack. See, that's where you got to be careful with the questions, because if he was attacked, he can say I was attacked. But if you ask the question, did you have anything to do with it? And I think that has something to do with why Jussie was very reluctant in giving his phone. And when he gave him, his information and his phone call log and all that, it was heavily redacted. And I think that's because they already knew what the T was. They said, girl, we're looking for phone calls. Then police officers knew within the first 48 hours, I'm telling y'all, what the whole story was. I'm telling you, Jussie did him a disservice when he went and gave an interview with Robert Roberts. He was speaking, and some of his stuff was just not making any sense. It just didn't make any sense. It just didn't. And it raised up red flags. And I told one of my close friends that anytime someone lies, they make up other details in case they are combative. Like they come up with these answers already. And how they hurt you is you're giving unnecessary stuff. So you might not, if I tell you that I came home and all my shit is missing, all of my stuff is gone, you probably gonna take it as face value. You probably not gonna ask me the question. But me knowing that I'm lying, I'm overthinking. I said, what if she asks like all these questions, all these other questions? And so what did they ask all this? So I'm coming up with extra stuff to give to make my story sound more believable. And it's just, so I'm thinking that Jussie came up with these extra details and shit. And it was just unnecessary. And then he's so worried about people proving that he's telling a lie versus trying to find the people that actually attacked him. I knew something was not right. It was off when he said that he kept the noose around his neck, and in the same breath said that he was hesitant to call the police. He said he waited it was almost an hour before he called the police. And I think his manager or whatever, music manager or something, had to tell him to do that. Some people are asking, what would he gain from this? People do stupid shit all the time. If it is true that he lied, people do, like, this is not, Jussie won't be the first person, and he's most certainly not the last person to make up a story to get clout. Look at Mimi, what she did with the whole shower rod incident. Like, think about these other celebrities have been on these shows and stuff, and these other celebrities who have made, like, probably like did this, come up with some story or something to get clout. Like, it happens. Like, it happens. And we start to look, we start to search. If it would have went through, And it was believed there's like Jussie could have used this as a campaign. And what's trash is that he had already started the campaign before we even got all the stuff. Like Jussie was already going and doing like concerts and doing like interviews. It was too quick. It was too soon. It was too soon. Like, and then the fact that he was saying I'm the gay Tupac and that I want folks to know that I fought back. It's just like, I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I really believe that Jussie might be a narcissist. I think he might be narcissistic, honestly. Who's going to a Jussie Smollett concert? Who knows? Some folks going, but you know, child, he could have used this. He could have used this to catapult his career like a survivor of West. I mean, that's trash because don't nobody want to go through no situation like this in real life. No one wants to be attacked. I'm like, in some way, I'm kind of glad that it comes out. Girl, if it did not happen, I'll be glad. I don't want any black queer person to go through like that. I don't want no black queer person to go through the trauma. And I also don't want no black queer person to make any falsified claims and stuff for that. Now, this notion of people saying that, like, he's setting us back, like, we need to do some Hunger Games shit. We need to remember who the real enemy is. Like, who are the folks that's not believing in us because we're black, and because we're queer, because we identify as a woman, or because we trans and all that. Like, at the end of the day, it's not our fault. So, not to say that Jussie is not right, but Jussie is not responsible for taking us back. Like, he's not. You should believe victims 100%. This doesn't change my stance and how I feel about when people tell their stories of them dealing with abuse or anything. I'm believing them 100% as soon as they tell. As soon as they tell me the story, I'm listening completely. And I think that's what it is. Until details and other factual evidence and stuff come out to discredit their claim and stuff, depending on what it is and who is in charge and all that other stuff, then I'd be like, okay, girl, what's the tea? But if we give these people the information, like we give these people the resources to be able to support their claims and all that, we're going to find out the truth regardless. So it's no reason. There's no reason for us to sit up here and talk about that, like this takes away. No, we should give them the 100% so we can get to this. Because look what happened. Look how we found this stuff. Now, I'm going to drag Chicago PD a little bit. Chicago PD did not leak any type of information, to my knowledge, about the Laquan McDonald murder. Like, we didn't hear anything like Chicago PD, y'all didn't come out. Y'all wasn't leaking stuff. Y'all wasn't telling TMZ shit. Y'all wasn't telling Blavity. Y'all wasn't telling Race Bader. Y'all wasn't giving all this information when y'all were trying to support your buddies and stuff. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, sisters, it doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't be. The police department should not be self-serving. You shouldn't be only leaking information to protect y'all. That's trash. That's trash. And I have no problem with folks leaking information like that. I have no problem with folks telling, like, we need to know the truth is in case these folks come up with a different type of narrative. Thank you, Miss Creole. I appreciate it. I'm going to take it up to some questions and let some folks ask some questions. I've been talking about 10, 13 minutes. Chicago needs to work on the murder rate. Okay, I'm not reading that. I'm not believing anyone without proof. People lie too much. That's irresponsible. Just stop. There's no point trying to drag Chicago people in this situation. No, I have every right to drag Chicago PD. I have every right to drag them. These individuals are the same. Like there are like innocent black folks who have been killed in the hands of police. Don't you dare tell me not to bring that in there. Like, no, absolutely fucking not. How do you feel about Cardi's thoughts? I didn't like the fact that she said that he said he fucked up Black History Month. I think that was trash, but that's Cardi B's hot take on everything. Like, that's y'all activists, not mine. I'm gay and call bullshit when the store broke. Justine often hit my spirit right away. Ray Star. So always right. See, look, girl, listen. Girl, I'm glad I said it was sick of Jussie. I'm disappointed in Lee Daniels. He trying to do his own undercover fight when we didn't ask him to. Now they done messed up everything. Now the police department is getting dragged. They need to. They believe the victim first will backfire on black men. This country is drowning. And girl, them same folks did believe black men from the beginning anyway. Jussie ain't did nothing to anything. Like, they'll use this as a campaign speech, but they were already doing that shit anyway. They're just able to like talk about it more. That's it. Like, they're able to be trash even more. He won't discredit black LGBT if we don't allow. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Cloud McGee. Oh my God. Y'all dragging car. I understand Justin didn't take us all the way back, but that shit must be triggering for people who have actually been attacked. I completely agree. If that is true that he made this stuff up. Talk about the man moving in his girlfriend with this. I ain't talking about that right now. We talking about Jussie Smollett. But y'all really believed it. Thank you, Sarah. I don't believe Justin, but CBD a hot mess. That's how I am. And I did not like these. I didn't like when people kept saying y'all believe in Chicago Police Department over black men. Like that shit. I can't tell y'all how bad that pissed me off. I can't tell y'all how bad that irritated me that these folks gonna sit here and say, well, girl, your ass is anti-black. Like, girl, are y'all really using this as an excuse to like support your claim? Like, and nobody's asking folks to say they right or they wrong or they wasn't or they misspoke or anything. It's just like, sis, shit happened. Shit happened. And we talked about it. How can somebody comment on it but Cardi can't? Some of y'all hypocrites. I didn't say that. I didn't say Cardi couldn't talk about it. I agree to believe someone that they have been abused. Like we won't know if someone has not been. We won't know if somebody has been abused or hasn't. And we have to understand that these claims, these like false claims, only make up 5% of overall abuse cases. Like, come on now. Like this hate crimes and shit happen. They happen for a reason. And definitely we live in a society, especially considering who we have as president right now and all this stuff from the right, all this bullshit they've been putting out and how we viewing. I know 200 years from now, like Make America Great Again hats and red hats will be the new KKK robes. That's just it. Like that's what it is. Again, if Jussie had said he was going out for a 2 a.m. dick appointment and shit were left, I don't believe that was there. I honestly, and I think about this. There are 2 black men whose story is apparently different from Jussie Smollett's. So it's 2 black folks. We got black folks on this side and black folks on this side. And these 2 black men are alleging and saying that, hey, you know, we were paid to do this. And if it comes out that Jussie Smollett lied and orchestrated, I'm really disappointed in him using these almost disposable black men to do something to get him attention and throwing them under the bus. That is some fucked up shit if you think about it. I'm not watching. I haven't watched Empire since 2016. Empire lost my viewership when they had when Lee Daniels was out here talking about black actors and actresses can't find a job because they ain't working hard enough. So I don't fuck with Lee Daniels. I don't fuck with Scam Lee. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm a good reader of body language, and you can tell he was lying on the interview. Yes, I will say, everybody responds to trauma differently. Just because he told his story does not mean that he did not experience some traumatizing event. Everybody's different. But body language is very important, very important. And I noticed that every time he would tell the story or tell something, he would not look Robin Roberts in the eye. He would not. And I noticed that. I paid attention to how he was. And the stuff that he could like tell the truth on, he was able to look. But the other stuff that he probably had to make up, he didn't look directly in her face. And for these, like he's already said he know these folks, and he said about them being the people. You didn't recognize their voice. Like I'm not confused. And there's a video of one of the brothers in a boxing ring boxing, and bruh is strong as hell. Like bruh is strong as hell. So I'm not. No. Now coming here with this fake news. Now I think I am highly nervous about this fake news shit that's about to be said. Like it's not sounding right. Ooh. But I want to give y'all this. I'm probably gonna take me a nap. I need to review Real Housewives of Atlanta and some other stuff. But that's how I feel. I don't want to hear anybody else talk about the fact that I don't want to hear folks say that folks are anti-black for having their own mindset. I think that is disingenuous. I think that shit is trash. Anybody that's out here like saying stuff like that to prove their point is garbage. And it's coming off as very performative. I'm seeing a lot of folks on Twitter using it as like some type of hashtag, and I don't like it. It's almost in the same sense of when folks trashing folks for not voting. If you don't want to vote, you don't have to vote. You have that right to say, girl, you ain't got to save nobody. You ain't got to do shit. But I'm not going to shame folks for not voting. I'm not going to do that. If anything, I'm going to try to find out why they are not voting. Because I feel like if I listen to them and they tell me why they're not voting, we can truly get to the point that I can get them to do. If they're not going to vote, they can do some other stuff. But I'm not going to sit up here and do that. And I feel like folks are out here doing this with this, I believe my black brother over Chicago PD. And it's just not right. And I found it weird too. The Justice family, besides his sister gave a statement, but a lot of like big name celebs have not came out and said anything. A lot of folks have not said stuff. Nancy Pelosi deleted her tweet. These folks know something ain't right, y'all. These folks know that, girl, this shit is not looking right. And I think Robin knew that shit too. If anything, I think we can study how we, deal with survivors and victims when they tell their story. How do we report? What is the best way to treat victims and stuff when it comes to this media stuff? Like, how does it work? I think that's the conversation I'm interested in hearing. But that's all I got. I love y'all so much. I appreciate you all for listening and watching. Make sure you're waiting to stay tuned for the episode of Further Culture Podcast coming out Wednesday. You can listen to it on all your streaming devices, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google Plus, all that shit. What is it, Google Play? That's a Google Plus. All that shit. I love y'all so much. I'll talk to y'all later tonight.